Introduction and point number 1. Unemployment friction is caused by employees looking for a new career. For example, many people voluntarily quit their jobs to get a better job, and some young graduates seek employment for the first time after graduate from university. University graduates are likely to be unemployed for a short period of time. Waiting for a proper job call, unemployment can be reduced if they have enough knowledge in the job market or if they use established organizations to help them find suitable jobs, specifically for new graduates. Point number 2. Every year, hundreds of students graduate. They don't have job after graduation from university. But some of the company would like a person who already has experience working with others. The rising rate of unemployment graduate is one of issue that has recently caused a global interest. The government should provide them a job after graduation from university, so they will have an opportunity to have the experience with what they did at university. Point number 3. India is one of the world troubled sector of the economy. This is because the problem and the government should be more prosperous to make it more stable. India also has a bad currency from the other country. The impact of the unemployment in India has 250 national, state and global manufacturing law laws. Considering Indian labor laws are complicated compared to China, according to India labor laws, economies it complicated and even work will prevent broad economic condition, employment and smooth industrial relations.
India's unemployment rate in December 2020 stands at 9.06%, according to data from the Center for Indian Economic Monitoring (CMIE), with both level of unemployment rising by 11.3 million in a period. The average count of unemployed in 2019 until 2020 was 33.3 million, and the highest count in a year was 37.9 million in March 2020, said Mahesh Vyas, the CEO of CMIE. Mr. Mahesh also said a greater number of people were searching for jobs. In December 2020, the labor force increasing from an estimated 421 million in November to 427 million in December. The first causes of unemployment in India is useless educational degree. Over 1.5 billion Indian women and men graduated as engineers each year, and 80% of them are unemployed because they hold degree acquired from B and C grade educational institutions, including some deemed and private institutions. Most institutions in India, whether public or private, offer poor quality education. Public institutions are in a bad situation because of weak funding, politic bias in choosing key officials, lack of faculty, nepotism in staff hiring, and other factors. While private universities are even worse than public institutions in many ways, since they cost rather more to get identical useless degree. Indeed, most private institutions are predatory in nature and exist solely to maximize profit for his or her investor. In this case, the government regulatory institutions are clearly accountable for allowing such institutions to exist and flourish. The second causes of unemployment in India is reluctance to relocate. Majority of Indians are unwilling to relocate within the country for employment purposes because of family ties and xenophobia. Despite excellent job opportunities available in several states, an outsized number of qualified women and men don't wish to require job outside their city or town. Archaic Indian tradition demand that a lady live together with her parents till she get married. Despite contemporary trends, most Indian parents ardently stick to the thought that sending daughter to work elsewhere can adversely impact their reputation and woman character. Then, lack of knowledge about job opportunity across the state is also another contributing factor because some of Indians cannot read or cannot write. This will cause them do not know where to go and where to work, since they can read and write, even they willing to move to other state for work.
Structural unemployment is the most suitable type for the first causes, which is unnecessary educational attainment is the primary cause for unemployment in India. Structural unemployment cannot cope or respond to changing demand and new good or to changing manufacturing method. In other words, their skill is not demanded. Even though they hold a degree, but why they are not chosen? It is because their university didn't care about their future, and the worst part is they only care about maximizing profit for his or her investor. That's why most Indian workers, especially fresh graduates, lack sufficient to find employment. Structural unemployment commonly lasts longer than frictional unemployment because employer probably must learn new skill and possibly relocate to find a job. This problem gives an individual effect. For example, a student with B and C degree are difficult to find a job for a long time. Criminal cases will increase if some of them are forced into gangster and vandalism. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the one we have been waiting for. We are the change that we see. This quote is suitable for the second problem of unemployment in India, which is some Indians are afraid to travel to the country for work purpose because of family relation and xenophobia. This problem is referred as frictional unemployment. Two causes of frictional unemployment are geographical and occupational immobility of labor. Geographical immobility occur when jobs are available in big city but unemployed worker may not be able to move there due to difficulty in getting house or other reason. The perfect example for this cause is archaic Indian belief require a lady to live with her family before she is engaged. Frictional unemployment doesn't have duration because it depends on how long people are willing to work if they need to move from rural to urban area. Of course, this problem also can affect society.
Measure to control unemployment. There are two types of unemployment in India, which is structural unemployment and frictional unemployment. To overcome these two types of unemployment, there is only one policy related and suitable, which is by using an expansionary fiscal policy. What is expansionary fiscal policy? Expansionary fiscal policy refers to government reduce in taxation and increase in government expenditure to maintain the stability of the economy and to solve macroeconomic problems. So,
increasing in government expenditure. First, government expenditure refers to money spent by the government on the acquisition of goods and the provision of services, such as education, healthcare, social protection, and defense. So, to solve the first problem, structural unemployment caused by the lack of sufficient skills among the graduates, the government tried to overcome this problem by increasing its expenditure to focus more on the skill development needed in the industries nowadays among the youth. Now, this can be seen as example on 15 July 2015 when the National Democratic Alliance government stepped up spending an estimation of RS, or called as Indian rupee, 1,500 crore for a program named Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana PMKVI 1.0 was announced by Prime Minister that was launched to encourage skill development for youth in order to make them employable. Based on a research by Mini Agrawal, this program shows positive signs that it actually helps to increase the productivity of the trainees. Right now, this program have reached the third phase, PMKVY 3.0. What can I conclude? Alright, so from this continuous program, what I learned is when the government increase its expenditure to provide training for the youth, especially the fresh graduates, it will help them to increase their industry-related skills. This is what company wants, we might say. So this will help open the employer's eyes to absorb these people into their company. Yes, that's all.
solution for the second issue. India government should invest more money to develop rural area. This is to ensure the gap between poor and rich people can be reduced. For an example, on 2 October 1980, India government has implemented a nationwide initiative to reduce unemployment issue and poverty in rural area with the integrated rural development program and can also call as IDRP. This IDRP has cost rupees 11,434.27 crore from its first launches in 1980 until 1997. IDRP is a federally administered program which is jointly financed 50-50 basis by the state and center. IDRP main objective is to help people in a rural area to grow their own business and cross the poverty threshold. IDRP also help people who live in extreme poverty, rural artisan, small farmers, and agricultural labor. From the implementation of the Integrated Development Rural Program by the Indian government, citizens living in the rural area can get out from the poverty and can improve the standard of living of their family. And it also will create more job opportunities and decrease the unemployment issue.
The lastly is conclusion. The first one is employment occurred when people are able and willing to work but are unable to find suitable employment. Number 2, the implementary monetary and fiscal policy to minimize unemployment will result in a better inflation rate. This is because implementation fiscal monetary and fiscal policy would boost aggregate product and national income. And number 3, government should establish more jobs through new land expansion, economic diversification, and the growth of small and medium industry, especially for the rural resident, in addition to reduce unemployment and external migration.